you do when you have a day off? I love reading. I was told a long time ago that leaders are readers. And so here it is, my day off, and I couldn't resist giving you a message because I spent some very valuable time filling up my cup. I love to fill my mind by not only reading things that are going to help me grow, but also listening to podcasts or seminars that I have on tape. And today I had some things that I thought it's going to be so good to share with you. You know, the world is all made up of atoms, but atoms are actually moving. Remember in science class, did you ever learn how your table, it's not actually still, everything is moving inside of it? Well, if you studied all about rocks or gems, you also know the power of molecules in gems, they're always moving. So there's a vibration to them. Well, not to get too weird, but I was studying all about some mind shifts. And if you've been with me for a while, you have tapped into my Facebook challenge, 21-day mind shift happens, because shift happens if you make the change. And when you start to understand that nothing in life happens until you have an action that is because of a belief. So if you go back a little bit and you say, wait a second, if I want new actions, it actually means I have to have a new belief. Well, what are my beliefs? So you start with an awareness. Well, I want to tell you today that through some of my education and some of my personal time, I thought it would be so powerful for you to understand we are vibrations. And so when you're finishing up your month, your goals, many a times consultants don't realize that their vibration or frequency drops when you start to doubt. Maybe you have subconscious pictures of your goals around your house. I say subconscious because maybe you put it up there initially and you were affirming those goals. You were spending time every day repeating your mantra as I can, I will, I must, I am. And then all of a sudden, maybe you got a little bit disenchanted, stop doing it. Oh, you walk by it, but you're not really engaged with that picture. Maybe even the picture it makes you angry now because you're so far away from that goal. Well, I'm here to tell you that every single bit of our thoughts produce energy within us. They're called vibrations or frequency. And people can feel that vibration before you even say hello. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You're at a party and in walks somebody in the whole room, just the energy shifts, or the opposite, or in a positive way, and then the opposite is like, ew, who is that person? I do not care to get to know him or her. Well, energy truly is all about vibrations. So gang, guess what? The only way to have a shift in your vibrations is to have a experience which normally is going to cause a negative, or it's a negative experience that causes a shift, or repetition. There's the only two ways. That's one reason we talk so much about going to events or being with people, because all of the energy helps you to start to think differently and say new beliefs, which turn into thoughts, which then turn into actions, which then turn into results being different. So, how can you change some of your energy and your vibrations today? Well, number one is I'm going to encourage you to get out a picture. You know, Mary Kay has all sorts of visuals for us. And you might be saying, oh, it's the end of our year. There's no way I can finish 500,000. Maybe that's my thought, okay? Well, instead of that kind of thought, guess what? If I say to myself, doggone it, I can do this. I can earn a cruise. If it doesn't happen right now, guess what? I'm going to be much further along for the next opportunity because I changed my belief. It all goes to belief. And so I highly encourage you just to catch yourself. The biggest part of shifting is being aware of what are the thoughts that you have within. And the moment you recognize it, you say, wait a second, is that serving me? Maybe it's not. I'm still broke, right? You still don't have team members. You're still not having parties. I cannot tell you enough how understanding what a book says does not make you a master. You will be amazed at how many women come in my organization who are psychiatrists, psychologists. They've studied the brain, but guess what? Just because you read a book doesn't mean you've applied this to yourself. And I can tell you that once you start with that shift in your energy, which comes to a new belief, comes from a new belief, the world is going to be different from now on. So how can you change your belief? Well, let's just go to this. I have the cruise all over my house. Now, I believe I will do this by June 30th. But guess what? There's moments where I'm not believing. So what do I say to myself? I can do this. So how does the brain operate in such a quick way? I want you to start recalling all the ways that you've won in your life. What challenge were you presented that you overcame it and you succeeded? When you start to recap all of those victories, you start to have that I can, I will, I am belief. And the words shift. Now, once you do that, you can't stop. You have to repeat it over and over and over because it's all about repetition. Remember earlier I said energy and your frequency can shift in two ways. One is normally from a catastrophic event. 9/11, people made a fundamental shift in their belief. Maybe if you're somebody who never, you always smoked, no big deal, but all of a sudden you were diagnosed with lung cancer and you're about to die. Boom. Those kind of moments sometimes, not always, normally it's a negative event that'll shift somebody's belief. And that belief shift causes a new thought, which causes new actions, which causes new results. So here I'm going to stand up and tell you, if you don't have these kind of visuals in front of you, then that's probably why you don't have a shift in your energy. And when you have low frequency, it's sort of a depressed, it's a maybe jealous, I have a whole list. And if you haven't noticed, it's all at our Facebook group, which is 21-Day Mind Shift Happens Challenge. So when you start to recognize, oh my gosh, right now I'm feeling a little bit, I'm feeling full of envy. That's a lower frequency. As you go up to being grateful, gratitude is at the top next to joy. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies. Actually, it's called the lowest because but it's higher on the list. It's one of the higher frequencies of being able to attract what you want in life. So I can, I will, I am. When you have visuals in front of you, the other reason that these are so powerful to have in front of you is because then you start to desire growth. You see, this isn't nothing more. It's not, oh gosh, I got to push, and there's always another, I got to constantly push. It's about growth. And when you say to yourself, I am in an organization where I am alive with growth, I can, I will, I am achieving things that I never thought I could, because you are repeating to yourself where you're going. When you know where you're going and it's a little bit bigger than where you've been before, guess what, gang? Your energy shifts. People notice there's a difference. You are an I can, I will, I am kind of girl. The C's part. You will start to see victory after victory after victory. And the last thing I want to tell you is, again, in some of my personal time this morning, reading and empowering my own self, the author, who is Bob Proctor, if you've ever studied metaphysics or watched the movie a long time ago, it's very popular. It was called The Secret. Bob Proctor studies energy and belief. And I love neuroscience. Deb Erickson is somebody I've quoted many a times, and I've done some transformational work with a company that I invested a whole year trying to really hone in on my own beliefs and where I want to grow myself. And it's a muscle, okay? It's all about the journey and the growth. It's not about I arrived. I'm always growing. But here's what he said, and I want to finish with this. And let me see if I can remember my thought. He said, the thoughts that we have, hold on, I just lost my thought. This is what happens when you get to be late 40s. Okay, doggone it, it's a really good one. Bob Proctor, hold on, it's going to come to me. This right here. Oh, you guys, I just forgot it. Doggone it. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back with a follow-up because it was so, so good. It was all about the repetition. Hold on, what else was it? Repetition. It was about, I'm gonna remember right when I stop our recording. Oh, you too can be a successful car driving pink Cadillac, top trip earning director like me. I'm earning that top trip next year, and you're gonna be on there with me. And so I forgot what he said. Darn it, darn it. It was really, really good. I'll try to type it into the results here or into the notes. But bottom line is, you guys, when you say to yourself over and over and over again, I can, I will, I am. And you spend the time repetitively saying to yourself over and over all the reasons because you've had victories in the past, and you are changing your energy. You're changing that attraction to what you want. I just remembered my thought. He said, the reason successful people continue, he looked at all of the people in his life, and he studied and studied. He looked at what was it, and it was because they made decisions. They made decisions quickly, and they made decisions that they didn't change their mind on. And so he looked at, well, how do you always know how to make a right decision? There's research to be done. And he said, when you actually start looking at what you want in life, you say you want something. Well, really, if you wanted it, you would have had it. Because when you decide, when you learn how to make a decision and you decide, there is no other plan A or plan B. You've decided you want that. You're gonna find a way. The energy shifts. You're gonna find a way, and you're gonna make a way. And that's why I talk so much about be a find a way, make a way woman. When you start to understand, I want that, it's a yes. It doesn't matter if it's difficult. You see, in that decision, I'm so glad I remember this, in that decision that I do want that, you start to overcome so many obstacles on how that you are exciting yourself with your own ingenuity. You're exciting yourself with your own genius. You become even more of a find a way, make a way woman, which builds your confidence, which builds up your joy, which builds up why you will be unstoppable. You guys get it? Are you feeling it? Oh my gosh. The power of learning how to make a decision. How to know I want that. Not to second guess, not to say, oh, it's too expensive. Oh, the time's not right. No, 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 no. Do you want it? Do you want it? Well, guess what? As soon as you make that decision, you will be able to find a way and make a way because you really want it. I love you guys. May be the best jumping off for the June Jamboree. As we finished our year, we want to truly celebrate you doing something bigger and better, being a star, being on target for your car. Let's earn your car, doggone it, in 1 month. You can do it. It's 24,014 recruits. You and your team can rock the world, setting goals and expanding belief. Why? Because you know you have amazing success behind you. You don't have to know everything about Mary Kay, but you know that other people are around you who do have the answer and who will help guide you, and you're in the right place. And together, we're gonna bless more women because that's what this is all about. Make that decision, learn how to shift that energy because you've decided. And guess what? God wants you to rely on Him with that decision and watch those miracles just pour down, flow down like rain right on you. I love you guys.